Hello, I'm Morris Dimba. Welcome to this tutorial. Today, I'm going to show you how to import your unexisting AutoCAD title block into Tekla Structures. Reason being that most engineers or application engineers usually take that bold step into Tekla Structures with a strong background in CAD applications like AutoCAD, MicroStation, ArchiCAD, and traditionally they would prefer making that step into Tekla Structure with their own customized title block. Now let's get started in step by step on how to pull that your existing or your customized AutoCAD title block into Tekla Structures Drawing. Now this is a sample of a drawing I've done and generated an assembly drawing. So we want to import an AutoCAD title block into this drawing, and in the process of importing that, we will delete this default title block for the Tekla structure and use our own customized one. Now I'll go to already opened AutoCAD title block, a title block that we will import into Tekla Structures Drawing. Now I'll come down here and pick on the title block that I have already done, and this is what I want to use as my title block. I want to import my AutoCAD title block into Tekla Structure. So this is what I'm having now. This is what I want to take into Tekla Structures, and I'll be using these for all my drawings in Tekla Structures. Now this is it, and this is what I'm going to import. Now for now, I'll just close it down, then pull it into Tekla Structures. I'll close this AutoCAD. Then what will be so much important is the file where this title block is located. Now I'll go ahead and just click no. I don't want to make any changes in this title block in AutoCAD. I'll go straight and start working in Tekla Structures environment. Now this is what I have for now, and I want to use a title block that I've created in AutoCAD. It is as simple as this. The moment you've opened this drawing under drawing list here, and you pick any drawing, just double click and that drawing will open. I've picked one of these. Let me just maximize this. I've picked this assembly. You can see it is type A assembly, or G general drawing. I'll minimize this. Now I'll go straight to file. I'll click on file, then under file here I'll scroll down and I'll go back. I'll scroll to editors. Under editors, these 4 options will prompt you, and we'll go with the first choice, the template editor. And under template editor is where we'll be customizing our title block under this option 1, template block. I'll click on template block right there, and we'll just wait for that window to come up like this. This is the window I was expecting to work on. Now if you take a look, the window is grayed and nothing is happening here. Now we want to get started. We'll go straight to file and click new template. You'll notice that the moment you hover your cursor on top of this on top of this folder, it will show you or indicate that you are just about to create a new template. Now, do you want to create a new template? Just go ahead and click on that new. We want to create a new template. Then the moment you click on that, you'll be prompted again with a dialog box of new templates formats. Now there are two templates here. We have textual and graphical. For now we will work with the graphical template for our title block. I'll go ahead and click OK with that option. Now this is a window with a grid. This is where we'll be customizing our title block, or we will be importing a title block from AutoCAD working area into Tekla Structures. Now our next step will go to these options, and we have options here. We have header, we have page header, we have row, we have page footer, we have footer. We want to create a row, or we want to create rows that we will be using in customizing our title block. I'll go for the third option, which is row. I'll click on row right there. Then this dialog box where we want to select the content under which our title block will be placed on. You can read there, if you want to insert object specific attributes, you need to select a content type for the row. Now we want to pick on the content type where we will be placing our title block. Now if you click on this drop down arrow right there, you'll be given several content under which you will be placing your title block. Now we'll go, first of all, we want to work with just a general drawing. Then later on, well, I'll show you how to also create for the assembly. Now let's go with the choice of drawing as a content. I'll pick on drawing. So the moment you've picked a content where you intend to place your title block, just go ahead and click OK. This row will appear on this window. Now what we are going to do now, we'll double click inside this blue frame. I'll double click on that blue frame. This template page properties will appear, and we have the output, the width and the height and the working area. We have the margins, and since we are importing this from an AutoCAD platform, and we don't need to do much by creating these rows manually, the AutoCAD will come inside this window with its own rows created. Now what we'll be placing into those rows are our own descriptions of the project we intend to place that title block on. Now I'll take off this. I'll remove all these margins since we are importing these from AutoCAD. I'll remove this so that we'll blank everything here. So it is blank now. We'll go straight away and click OK. After this step, we'll go straight and now pull that file of AutoCAD title block from where it is. Now to pull it, we'll go to Insert, click on Insert, then scroll down to File, click on File right there. After clicking on File, we'll be given the routes where we might get our file. Now I placed my file on desktop, so I'll click on desktop here. So everything that has been placed on desktop will be displayed or will be brought closer to my reach. Now I'll scroll down here so that I get access to my title block in AutoCAD format. I'll just scroll down like that, and this is my Tekla title block in AutoCAD format. I'll click on that, then go ahead and give it an OK by pressing OK right there. Then if the moment you've given an OK for importation into Tekla Structure, If you take a look on your cursor, you'll see a very big plus with a very big plus in white color. Means the command is active and it's just waiting where you want to locate or place your title block. And below this blue frame, don't place anything here. Our main area of placement of our title block is within this blue marked frame. Now I'll go ahead and click inside here. I'll click inside right there, and you will realize that the moment you click inside that blue area, where it's a margin for your margin set for your title block. So the moment you click in, this dialog box will be brought forward to you to select on the size of the title block of your preference. Now we have scale 1:1. If you want your title block to be 1:1 scale, it's upon you. You can click that and that one scale will be provided for you. Now I want to use my own dimensions. I want to use dimensions and I want to change this to 210 and put this to 120. There are three options here: scale, dimensions, and maximum size of the title block. I'll use the dimensions, and you also can use dimensions to customize your title block. I'll go straight and give it an OK right there by pressing an OK button and wait and see my title block being placed here. Now this is our title block, just similar with the one we saw there in AutoCAD working area. Now I want to frame this blue rectangular to mesh up with my title block. Now what I'll do, I'll just click on the blue, right click and come to crop. Under crop, I'll pick template left side, and I'll come back again and right click and come to crop, then come template right side that has been pulled to take the shape or to frame itself up with my title block. I'll come here and right click again and come to crop, then come down to component bottom, then come again and do that, come to crop and component top, do that again, and that's all. Now that frame or that big rectangular has now matched its shape to my title block. Now if you click on this title block, you will find that everything has been grouped, and it's simple as this. You can explode or you can just leave it the way it is. Now that is upon you. And how to explode that, just right click and come to ungroup. The moment you click ungroup, everything will be individual and you can control that. From here now I want to place my descriptions or what I want to be seen on my title block. Here you can see we have the company, we have the client you're doing the job for, we have the guy, we have the person who have done the drawing, we have the person who have checked the drawing, we have the person who have given the drawing an OK, and we have the date when the drawing left the design office or when it was approved. We have the scale here, and we have the drawing number, we have the drawing file name here, we have the reference drawing, and we have the sheet number here, and also we have the revision here. All these descriptions will place the respective descriptions for them. Now to place those, what we are going to do, we'll go up to value field. We'll click on value field here, click on value field, then come to wherever you want to place your description here. We want to place the name of the client. Now what we'll do, we'll just click here on the name of the client right there. We'll click right there. So the moment you click on the space for the client, this select attribute dialog box will come up, and from here you will pick on the appropriate description of the drawing or for the project. Now we have the attribute drawing, and the attribute drawing we have all this content. And since we are working under drawing, under project, this is a project, we will go straight to project down here. Under project, we'll pick the object, or the object which is the name of the client. We'll come here to object, and under project we'll pick on project, on object. Then just go ahead and give it a go ahead by clicking on OK. Then from here you can change the font size and the font type. Just double click on that. The moment you double click on that, this value field properties will come up. This will provide you with options on how to change the font size and the font type. Now to change the font size, we'll come to layout. Under layout will see the font and the size of the font. Here you can see it's fixed font 5. You click on that radio button right there. Then you'll be directed to variety of font and the size and the size. You can see the font style and the size. The fonts are here, and we want to work with Arial. Just go ahead and type Arial there, Arial, and scroll down. We'll pick on Arial, then pick on the size. We'll pick 4 right there, then click on OK. And prior to clicking on OK, the length or the characters for the name of the client is adjustable here. We want at least 32. First of all, we'll give an OK right there, then come here and increase these characters a little bit less, because the name of our client is slightly longer, and this is just a dummy. Then we'll go ahead and click and increase the characters here. We'll make it around 32 right there. This is just the characters. Then we'll click. The moment I click on OK, you'll see this, the white frame extending to match the number of characters. Now I'll go ahead and click OK. The size or the font size has decreased, and the frame has extended to that length. I'll double click again just to modify this once again. I want to increase them to 35 right there, and that's it. Now I'll come now to the address. I want to put the address down here. Now I'll come back to value field again, and I'll pick where I would want to place the address for the client right there, the address for the client. And you see, when I hover my cursor over this, it is restricting me to certain points, reason being that the snap is active. Now I want to deactivate that snap. I'll right click and come to grid and uncheck the snap. I'll give it an OK here after reading that dialog box. Then I'll come to value field here. I'll click on value field. Then I'll come to the bottom here. You can see now I can control where to place whatever I want on two. Now I'll place it right here. Place it right there. And now I'll go straight down to project. This title block is describing the project. Now I'll click on that plus sign under project. Then I'll scroll down to the address of the client. I'll pick on the address right here and give it an OK by clicking OK button. Now I'll double click on this and to change this font size and the font type. I'll change this to 3 because the address should look slightly small smaller than the font's size of the describing indicating the name of the client, but the font type will be the same. Now I'll come here and type Arial, AR, then I'll pick on Arial here. After picking on the Arial, I want these to be 3. I'll go ahead and give it an OK right there. And the characters, I can just leave them at 20. There's no issue there, and just go ahead and click OK. Now this is where my address will be placed. There it is. Now we are coming to a drawing title. Remember, these are placed in AutoCAD, so what you will be importing are what you want to be described, what you want to title your title block to describe about the project. Now next we are going to drawing title block. Under drawing title block, we'll go to the project name. We'll go to name now. By coming to value field, we'll click on value field right there. Then come at the bottom here of the drawing title block, we'll click on that spot. Then the moment you click where you want to place your description of your project, this dialog box will appear automatically to give you options of selection of the appropriate description of or about your project. Then I'll scroll down, and since we are working on a project, I'll go straight to project here and click on that plus sign and go to the appropriate description. Then I'll scroll down, I'll pick name. I'll go ahead and give it an OK right there. Then I change the same thing. I'll change the font size and the font type. I'll click on that radio button to change my font type. I'll just type AR, which is Arial. Then I'll go straight and pick 4. I give it an OK right there, and come here and increase the characters. I'll increase this to 30 to 34 there and click on OK. Perfect. I can increase this further, make it 36 or 38. Perfect. There it is. Now I'll go to drawing, checked, approved, and date. Now from here I want to go to drawing number. Drawing number, I'll still go under project and select the project number. I'll come back again to value field and click just right at the bottom here for drawing number. Under project number, Under project, I'll pick on project, then scroll down here and pick on the number. Just go next that, then look for the number. We'll pick on the project number here, pick on the project number right here, then go ahead and click OK. I'll double click on that to change the font and the font type and the font size. I'll click on that radio button to go to that step where I'll be able to change all those. I'll type AR, scroll down and pick on the size. I want 3.5 and I'll give it an OK right there. I want these characters close to 20 right there, and click on OK. Then date, I'll just do the same thing. I'll click on that and come to date here. Just scroll, just bring it closer and snap right there on the date. I'll scroll down to project, then pick on the date. Pick on the date. Pick on the date here. Pick on the date here. Then give it an OK. I'll double click on this and change the font type and font size. Just type AR, then come to 3.5 right there and give it an OK. We need just 9 characters here, or 7. I'll click OK. Just double click just to check on which characters. Is a project date. I want to change this, decrease this to 4, and that's it. Bring closer right there. Then we'll come to scale. Under scale, we'll go back to value field right there. We'll click on scale right here. Then scroll down to project right here and check on scale. Scale of the drawing. We'll pick that under drawing and give it an OK. Double click on that to change the font size and the font type. I'll type AR, click AR right there and pick on 3.5, the size, give it an OK right there. Decrease the characters, number of characters. We need 2. We need 2 of this, or 3. That's OK. Just pull it close to that spot. Pull this to this, close to that spot. We'll come up here again on value field again. We want to place on drawing done by who. Under drawing, we'll scroll down and come to project. Come to project. Under project, this is now user defined. This is just defined by yourself. We'll come to user define. Under user define, we'll pick on drawing done by. There's approval date, the approval sent, the approval by, the signed by, drawn by. We'll pick drawn by Double click on that to change the font and the font style and the size. We type AR. We'll pick on 3.5 right there and click on OK. And we need just only two characters. Click right there and slightly drag this close to be close to where it should be. Now we'll go again to checked by. We'll click on value field here and just click down here. We'll scroll down to user define. We'll come to checked by. We'll pick that, double click on that and change. Click on that. Just type AR. If you prefer using the Arial type of font, click on that. We only want two characters. I'll pull this close to that spot. I'll come back again to value field and put the approved by. I'll scroll down to user defined again and pick approved by. Pick that, double click on this to change all this. I'll pick on that and pick on my style font type and pick on the font size right there, and I only need two characters here. Now that's it. That's it. There, it should be right there. Now I'll not place the revision. I've placed the number, I've placed the drawing title, I've placed the client. Now this is all about what we intended to do. So what we're going to do, we are going to save this into our model folder. After doing all this, now I'll go straight away and click save as. I'll click save as, or prior to doing that, I want to place the logo for the company that is doing that job. To place the logo, I'll come to insert and pick on the picture. Under picture, all the logos are placed, or the logos are saved in a JPEG or a PNG under this folder under bitmaps. So if you save it in the bitmaps under in the Tekla structure folder, you'll find your logo right there. So the moment I've clicked the bitmaps, I'll scroll here and pick on my logo. I'll pick OK. Now I want to place my logo here. I'll snap on that spot and open that window to that size. Now this is the logo right there. It has been placed. I'll go ahead and click on the file and click save as and give a name to the title block. I just type title block 4. Now I want to save this in the model folder of the project I assume you are doing. So we'll save this title block into that model folder. Now I'll go to the path of that folder. I'll pick on the PC just to have access to the folder. I'll click on that. I'll open that. I'll come to Tekla Structures Models. I'll click on Tekla Structures Models. Then I'm working on this 10x4 billboard. So I'll place the title block inside here. I'll click on that model folder and open it. So I'll place my title block here. First of all, I have to delete this. just to remove that confusion. No, there's no need of deleting because this is what we want to save here. Now the moment you click that and it's saved under this is our model, I'll go ahead and click OK. Yes. Now this has been saved in our model folder. Now what we are going to do, just minimize this, then we come to our drawing. Our drawing is right here. Now to pull that title block here, we'll come back to File and click on File right here and come back to Editor, click on Editor, but this time round we'll go to the fourth option, which is Layout Editor. We'll click on the Layout Editor right there. Then you wait right there. Now you will realize the moment you click on the Layout Editor, you'll be prompted with the options of modifications of the drawing description, like title block and the bill of materials here, the style we want to use. Now since we don't need this, or we'll just delete what we don't want, we'll start with the title block. Is the key part that we want to customize. We'll start right away with it. Now click on the title block right there, right click and come to delete. We'll delete that, we don't need it. Click on this, we don't need that, we'll delete that. Click on this, left click on this, right click and come to delete. We don't need this, right click and delete. Now we can't delete this because is a call off for this part of assembly. Now this will just be dragged just close to where it should be. We'll click move. We'll just place it right there. Can place it somewhere here. Maybe right there. Right click and we'll just click on this, then drag it right there, drag it right here. Right click and click move from here to there. We'll just move it closer. We'll snap on that and snap here, snap here and snap here, snap there and snap here, just to bring it closer to where it should be. Just zoom out, click on that spot and bring it there, and just move it closer to where that description should be. It should be closer to anybody that reading the drawing will find it quickly, the relationship between this and the drawing. Now just snap down here and snap down here and snap up here, right click. Now it has moved closer to where it should be. Now we want to bring our title block here, but still we want to do some cleanup here by deleting what it is necessary. Now we'll click on that, right click and click delete. We don't need all this, we only need the bill of materials. Click on that, right click and click delete. Now what we're having here is just the bill of materials here, and this will remain. Now the next move is to pull our title block into our drawing frame. Now to get to a title block, you use this layout editor window. We'll scroll down and I think you've noted our title block name. We'll find its name here since we saved it on inside our model folder. We'll just scroll down until we find it. Just scroll down. It was title block 3. Then look for T right there. ST. Our title block 3 is here. We'll click on the title block. Then we'll snap at the bottom corner here to see whether our title block will appear here. Here is our title block, and you can see it has picked this. The scale of our drawing is 1 to 5. And these ones, I'll show you how to place them, the description of your client and how to place these, though they're active, and I'll show you how to place them, how to make them appear on the drawing or on the title block. Interrupt. Now I'll click on the title block again, right click and click move. I'll snap at the bottom here and bring these to match that corner. Zoom closer to see whether this has matched properly. Now we have our title block here already. Inside our drawing we have our title block. Now what we're going to do next is just to save this. We'll save us and come to create new layout. Click on new layout and we'll type the name of our title block, and we'll go here and give it a title give it a name, title block 3. Title block 3 or title block 4. We'll go ahead and click save. It has been saved. It has been saved here. Next, we are going to close it. We'll close this, we'll close that. Now we have our title block here, but some description, or the description of whoever did it, who checked it, who approved it, the date of creation, the client's name. We are still having the defaults description. To do this, we'll close this first, and please note the name of our file where this drawing can be found. It is simply B9. Now I'll close this and I'll save that. I'll close it for the moment. I want to go to the model where I'm going to show you how to indicate or place the descriptions of the name of the people who have worked on the project on the title block. I'll maximize this. Now insert this model. I'll come to file, under file, I'll come to project properties. Now under project properties, we have the drawing number. Under drawing number, if you click right there, it's not active. You can also see it's grayed off, means it is not active until you click edit the project properties. Now it is editable. Now here under project number, you can write the project number. I'll use my own. I'll type maybe mast 0 to 100, then drawing, or I mean the name of the project. I'll just give it a description of outdoor V-shaped billboard. V-shaped structure, outdoor V-shaped billboard structure. That's okay. Now the builder, we don't need that. We'll just blank it. The object, which is our client name, you can place any client name. This is just for demonstration. So now I can just create any client name. I'll just type that, and that, and that. That's all. And you can place, yeah, that's okay. Then you can put the address of the client. Maybe you can include those PO box, maybe 5. That code, you can put the code right there. Model, the design, we don't indicate that. Just gray it. The start date, you can include the start date of 3rd. All this can be grayed also. You just put the end date. The end date, you can put that. Now having done this, what we are going to do right away is just apply all this. Apply all that. Then click on empty screen just to deactivate that. Now if you go back to the drawing, which is B9, I think you noted that. If you double click, you'll see whatever you've indicated on that project properties will be reflected on the title block. Let me just minimize this when it is ready. Let me minimize that. Now you can see it's outdoor V-shaped billboard structure. We have the name of the client, we have the date there, we have the drawing number here. Now the next move we want to go to is the drawing was done by who, checked by who, and approved by who. Now to do that, just double click here, then come to user defined attributes. Come to user defined attributes and click on that. Then under workflow, we have drawn by. I'll type MD, checked by DM, and approved by MD. Those abbreviations are names and not describing the position. Now I'll click modify. I'll click apply and give it an OK. I'll go ahead and click apply, modify, and give it an OK. But the moment you do that, they will not reflect immediately on the title block. What will happen is now you go back and open the same drawing. Just open it once again. Just open it once again for what you've done to reflect on the title block. Now I'll minimize this, and if I maximize this, you'll now see that what we've done has now reflected here. Drawn by MD, checked by DM, approved by MD, and the date, you can use the date and the year. That's enough. Scale is there. Now if you take a closer look, you'll see our description is going all the way. It's stretching beyond its framework. To do that, just double click on this. Then this option will appear. Use edit template in template editor. Click on that, And what we'll do here, we'll just reduce the characters or reduce the font size. Now we'll come back here and double click on this, on the description of the project. We'll come under font, click on the font, then we'll change this to 3.5 just to make it fit within the set parameters. We'll click OK and save that. Now if I minimize this, then right click and come to fresh template, you'll see the change. It has changed or adjusted itself, or it has adjusted itself to, or I mean within the set parameters. Now that is how to pull your AutoCAD title block into Tekla Structure if you insist, or if you want your own title block be used in Tekla Structures, because as I said, most people do makes that step to Tekla Structures with that strong background of AutoCAD, MicroStation, ArchiCAD, and they'd like to just use the same title block in whichever drawing they're doing, or in whichever design software they're using. So this is the best way to pull your title block from the AutoCAD, which is normally the default software that most people use, or the basic software for drafting. Now that is for today, but prior to that, prior to taking off, and I'm going to convert these to a PDF so that you see how it is appearing in the PDF, or how the printout will appear. Now to do that, I'll come to File right here and come to Print. I come to Print Drawing. I'll click on Print Drawing. I've clicked on the Print Drawing. Then we'll just wait for that dialog box to appear so that we can follow the instructions on how to make that printout or convert it to a format that is readable and shareable with the relevant people or person. Now let's just wait for it. It will just appear here in just a minute. Just appear here. We'll come back to that again. It has appeared. Now under Print Drawing Properties, the options here, PDF print and printer and plot file. And remember the location of this conversion, or if you convert to DWG or the AutoCAD format, all those drawings will be found under this folder, plot files, inside the model folder. So the moment you've converted this into PDF, or you've converted this into DWG or AutoCAD format, look for this file under, look for this folder under the model folder and open it. You'll find what you've converted and access it from this spot. Now I've picked PDF file, and I want to see the preview, and the program is indicating here, or guiding you on click here to load the preview. I'll click right there just to see how the preview is presenting itself on that space. As we wait for that, we have fit the paper option and define the drawing in scale. We have the scale here, and you can also center the drawing on the page, which we want to do right now. We want to center that into the page. Now this is now centered. Now you can see our title block here and our bill of materials right there, and the description of the assembly is here. We need 2 of these. After this appearing, you have the name of your drawing is here. This is the name of your drawing, and this is the name you'll find it with inside the plot files. After doing all this, and you've seen the preview of your drawing here, and you've seen how everything looks, if converted to PDF or printed out on hard copy, just go ahead and click print. So the moment you see the cancel print disappears, means it has been converted to PDF or it has been printed out. Now to access it, we'll close this, then follow our drawing. I'll click on that folder. I want to follow the drawing, and the Tekla Structures models. I'll come to C here, drive C, and come to Tekla Structures models. I'll open the Tekla Structures model and go to the model folder, or the model we are working on, or the model whose drawing we are generating or creating the title block for. I'll open that model folder for that project, and come to plot files. If you are following me keenly, now I'll double click on the plot files, and I'll be able to access the converted PDF of my drawing. Now if I double click on that, I'll be able to see what has been presented to me, or how my work looks like if converted to PDF, and it will look the same way when, or if you make a printout of the same drawing. Let's just wait for this to open the PDF format so that we have a look at it before we wind up this presentation or the tutorial for Tekla Structures. Now I'll come here, I'll click on that folder right here. It's still not active. I'll click on that, then it's appearing bigger. Now what I'll do, I'll right click just to make it smaller. I'll click on zoom. I want it to fit on the screen. I want to fit the whole page here, so that you can be able to see how our title block looks like. Now this is how it's looking, with our descriptions well placed on our title block. As I think this has helped you, don't forget to subscribe on our channel, and this is the appropriate way if you intend to use your AutoCAD title block, or if you want to pull your AutoCAD title block into Tekla Structures. Please follow that video step by step, and you'll be able to create something similar to this. If you have any issue, just throw that comment on that down there. I'll be able to respond back to you and assist you if need be. Thank you. My name is Maurice Dimba, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Let's meet then, and bye bye.